Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tasteless with another cast for you. This one fresh off the StarCraft ladder. This is going to be Eon Zerg versus Sins. Sins, you may be familiar with, is one of the Protoss players who, not every ASL, but every other ASL, I'd say, manages to qualify. He's a very strong player. He's got a lot of cool, unique, fast expand styles that I really like in the matchup PvT. But today he's going to be playing a PvZ. He's going up against Eon Zerg. Now, Eon Zerg is a player of Cuban origin who resides in Belgium. I've had the chance to meet him. Really nice guy. He was out here in Korea for a little bit, trying to qualify for ASL. Really skilled player. And these guys, they duked it out just recently on the ladder. I get all my replays from seawall.gg, where you can find ladder games from the very best of the best who are competing there. Also, if you like this content, please subscribe, hit the bell, all that YouTube stuff, so that I can get this out to as many people who are like you and continue to grow this channel. So, this is going to be on the map Eclipse. And it's going to be, it looks like a gateway expand right here. And there it is. So, Eclipse is a map. It's actually been in the map pool for years and years now. This must have been right before we had the map switch, as there's a bunch of new maps in the pool. But this is, I think, a pretty good map. It definitely probably needed to be out of the map ecosystem earlier, just because you don't want to ever have the same maps in for too long. It can stagnate the game and the meta. And honestly, I mean, this is the best part about RTS games, is that we can play the same game on really different maps and really understand how the game works and create new fun scenarios that we have to learn how to master or overcome. This is a map, if we get into a long game, both sides, the Zerg will be expanding over here to the side. And then the same is true for the Protoss. They'll be expanding up towards a shared expansion on the mini-map here that has double gases. There's also a base down here that you can take on the Zerg side, and one adjacent to it just to the down and to the left a little bit that Protoss could take. If we get a long game here, a lot of times it makes for some interesting split map situations. So, we saw right away Eon Zerg took a hatchery down here, which is interesting. Obviously, normally you take one here, or if you couldn't take one here, you might want to try grabbing something over here. But Sins is scouting pretty well, and he's going to just spot this. We're going to have the third hatchery over where normally the second hatchery would go. Sins is playing pretty conservatively. He's keeping both zealots back at home. He's about to make a forge over here, most likely, to plug this entrance up. And it looks like he's okay. He barely gets that up in time. Nicely done. And from there, you know, honestly, Eon Zerg doesn't have enough Zerglings over here to really try to harass this gateway. And so a fourth zealot starts down here, as well as an extra pylon. Over at home, Eon Zerg is getting his gas. And in a little bit here, we're going to see what kind of game exactly we're going to have on our hands here, because there's a lot of different ways that you can play PvZ. And nobody says you have to go in a late game. You can try to do a rush. You can also just play a, more of a macro game. And so we're waiting to see, is a layer going to start or is a den going to be thrown down? Sins is still scouting with the probe, and honestly, the body blocking's pretty good. The main thing Protoss wants to see is, are there Hydralisks on the way? Note that without Zergling's speed, it's very difficult to actually ever catch the probe. Oh, well, unless you can just get right in its face and do that. Now, with 5 zealots out, we see a small push coming. This time around, he's going to target this base, and I can't really blame him. I mean, it's such a close distance to rush into. There's a sunk being made behind the hatchery, so I don't know how effective this is going to be. Meanwhile, the layer is coming along. The lings are ready. And, I mean, it's not a great place to try to fight over here on the ramp. But with the sunken colony done, he can back up. He's in pretty good shape right now. Eon's just going to try to take this fight without the help of the sunken colony. And, I mean, I don't know what else Sins can really get done right now. Meanwhile, these lings are going to go for an interception here. This is like a stray zealot a lot of times you send out to try to sneak into this location here, or maybe even behind the minerals, to kill drones. Now it's kind of the reverse situation. This is the main focus, and now these zealots are going to be able to run by. And I don't see very much here to try to help defend. Really good micro here by Sins. He gets that. He's going for the drones. Doesn't get a kill on that. Now, back at home, just real quick. The cybernetics core is coming along. Does feel a little bit late. He's going to see the layers, so he'll know that this is a spire. The zealots, I think, just at this point can actually see the spire. And the idea here is that you just try to get into a position to try to take some kind of a fight that's, it's a little bit harder to be surrounded in. But honestly, not bad. He gets in there. He sees that the spire is the tech that's going to come. Do we see Sins make a second Stargate? You don't have to, but we have seen the zealot pressure sometimes naturally go into like double Stargate when you see that it's going to be spire tech. But this time around, it's just going to be one. What? Wait, what? I'm sorry. I thought this was a Stargate. What? Why is he getting Dragoon range? What? What is this? Why is he doing this? What? All right. This is either going to be the coolest thing ever or it's going to be hilarious. Well, okay, hold on a second. What? Why is he getting Dragoon range? Wow. Okay, well, Zerg is committed to air. We have armor coming. The Scourge are just going to scout. 2 gateways and Dragoons with range. Now, look, a couple thoughts. Yeah, Dragoons can fight Mutas, okay? So, in that sense, it's not the craziest thing ever. But Dragoons cannot fight Mutalisks and Zerglings. 2 Forges? What? All right, we gotta go back. +1 is on the way. The Templar Archives is coming here, so it's not like this is the only thing he's going to do. But, for those of you who don't know the nuances of PvZ tech, Dragoon range is made last. Dragoon range is even made sometimes after the robotics bay has been finished. Like after you got Storm, after you have the Robo Bay, like it's the kind of the final piece of the puzzle. There are some cheeses that you can do with just Dragoons to win a game really fast, but I've never quite seen this variation. So he's getting 1-1. Back at home, Zerg didn't make more than, I guess, maybe 5 Mutalisks. I see 4 there now. 5 is usually a number you can stop at. And mass Hydras are coming. Now, if you get enough Dragoons, Hydras are no problem. But the reality is you have to have like an overwhelming amount of Dragoons. And frankly, on 6 hatch, like we have, I'm sorry, 5 hatch. Is there no 6 hatch? 5 hatch. This is when I try to figure out what I'm going to say. Usually Artosis is casting with me, so I have something that's more complete to give you. And now you're watching me try to figure this game out because this is such a weird one. Now, Templars, what? You're going to make Archons? Okay. I mean, you can do that. I think now Sins is basically assuming that Mutas are just being made in mass. Archon Dragoon. Now, here's the thing. Archons are good against everything that Zerg has except for Hydras. They're great versus Mutas. They're good versus Zerglings. I mean, I guess they're good versus Ultras because usually Zerglings are around them when they're hitting them. He's pushing out with his Dragoons. He's got his Dragoon. Now, this is always a good play. If he can get the hatchery, it's pretty big. It's kind of hard to get your units to come out here. It doesn't filter out that nicely. The Zealots, the Zealots and the Dragoons are going to come out together. I don't think these Mutos can really fight. And it looks like Sins is going to be driven back. So we're up to 8 gateways. He kept some of the Dragoons alive. Lurker Tech has started. But we're not there yet. In fact, he's going to be ready for that. He has an an observatory just down here. Thing is, I'm not really sure what to make of this. I mean, I didn't honestly check if he got Storm. I kind of took that as a given. He's going to run down through here. Now, the Archon can just obliterate these drones when they're clumped up. So this is looking pretty bad right now for Eon Zerg. Oh my god, he got so many drones with that. That's insane. 6 kills on that Archon. The Zealots can basically kill off these hatches while the some of these Zealots just kind of soak damage up here. Eon Zerg's trying to just fight to reclaim this up here. More Zealots are going to come over here. There's nothing blocking this. Oh my god, Sins. He's going to run up. This Lings get here just in time. Hodor Zergling's trying to stop these Zealots from coming through. The Hydras, they haven't gotten it done yet. I mean, there's a lot of damage going down on these drones. I could not have found a more bizarre game on all of Battle.net than the one we're looking at right now. He's going to take out the Evo Chamber. That's going to leave Zerg with +1 attack on a range. The Lurker upgrade's done, so Lurkers are coming now. And the Hydras have boxed this in, although I think in reality, Sins could probably bust this too. What a bizarre build. Okay, Lurkers are morphing. This is something you got to be careful about when you're Zerg, because you can morph out here and they'll just get surrounded. And Dragoons and Archons are pretty good versus eggs. Okay, so he's going to wait for the Observer to come. Dude, I think that Sins might win this game. This is wild, man. Whoa, okay, GG. Let's go back a second here. Go back into the... I want to take a look at the... I want to see what prompted the Protoss to go range. Let's turn off Zerg's vision here. See if we can figure this out. Here's the thing that's weird about it is that he never got to really take advantage of Dragoon range. So the core, I think, was made right here. Right there. So, right as the... So he saw the spire. He sees the spire here. He spotted that earlier. Why would he do that? Chat says that do Dragoons outrange Hydras with range? Yes, but that's not really the point. Yeah, the chat says they both feign each other. Zerg got +1 armor on Mutas expecting Corsairs, and Toss made Archons expecting Mutas. That is correct, but I mean, I don't. That doesn't answer why you'd go Dragoon range here. I don't know. It's possible he was trying to, you know, style on him. It's possible he thought maybe he would be able to just kind of run up here and push. I don't know. He saw Mutas, so he thought he'd go Archons, but needed range on Goons to deal with harass. Yeah, maybe you're right. Okay, that, Eric, I think you might be the smartest man in the room. Yeah, that could be it, actually. And then I guess you could do a Dragoon Archon push. Let's go with that. Thank you for watching this cast. What a weird game. I I wasn't expecting that, but I mean, this is kind of the fun part about going in these ladder games that are happening every day is you get to see some crazy stuff. People are still coming up with new ideas. By the way, see this shirt, the stem shirt? That is actually a little bit too small for me because I ordered a medium for my store when I should have gotten a large. You can get this at my merch shop, tastelessthreads.com. We got a lot of cool stuff on there that I think you would be very happy to sport and wear around. And subscribe to the channel. Join me on Twitch if you want to see me casting these live with my community. And I hope to see you in a future video. Bye-bye.